Yay Networks.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Cornelius.
Hey, y'all. What's up? It's Heather, and welcome to This Is Life.
We're
Heather,
back.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Is it Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Oh, Valentine's Day. It's gone.
Yes.
It's gone.
Thank you for all of my gifts.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
You spoil me so much.
You're so welcome. Yeah. What are we talking about today?
Okay, how do you know a person is the one? Let's talk about it. I'm going to order something real quick while we're talking. But how do you know? That's one of the number one questions I get from people. Like, how do you know somebody's the one for marriage? How do you know somebody's the one in a relationship? You know what I think?
So, and that's interesting. Before we get into the conversation.
Go ahead.
So the women are asking you, how do they know if somebody's the one?
Yeah.
Because the men are telling me that even though they're in a relationship, they're not looking to be married.
Why? Men don't want to be married?
No.
Why?
And again, I'm not saying all men. I'm just saying.
But why? Like, why are they saying
they don't see the benefits of it? This is a real conversation I actually had with the guy the other day. He said he feels like marriage benefits the woman, not the man.
Get out of here. What? Are they?
We're not.
Sorry.
We can't dismiss what. Obviously, he feels that way for a reason. We don't want to dismiss that.
Okay.
But that was his point. His point was that he felt as though marriage. He felt as though marriage benefited the woman, and it actually took away. He's like, I have my own stuff. He was like, and then if. In his head, if he brought a woman into his life, if he got married, then now it becomes theirs. And if she decided she didn't want to be with him anymore, the courts will lean in her favor. So again, he's thinking in terms of
selfish.
What could
your friend's selfish? So if you watching,
selfish. That wasn't what I was going to with that. That wasn't what I was going to that. But nevertheless, I mean, and I'm quite sure other women are like, yeah, he is this way. But the reality of it is
that's his reality.
But that's the reality of it is that's not the reality of just one guy.
I know a lot of women that I think probably feel the same way because they're like, what is a man going to bring to the table? Because I work, I bring in money. And the statistics are starting to show that women are making more than men. So
because it's a thing going on right now with men, and I don't know if this is going to end well for women. I don't think it's going to end well.
I don't think it's going to end well for either side because it's not. I don't think it's just one sided.
It's not ending well for men right now.
Yeah. I think going back to the original question is how do you know somebody's the one? Can we?
Yeah, we can. I mean, we can go back there. I just wanted to bring that up because it was interesting that women have been saying that to you. But
like
the consensus that I get, I don't think I have one brother now who we've ever sat down and said, yeah, I want to figure out if this person's the one.
I think women are looking for security and safety, and men are looking for respect. So I don't think many men would ask that question.
No.
I don't, babe. Hear me out. I don't. Women,
men also look for security and safety.
But
I don't think that's fair to say.
Women are looking for direction. They're looking for leadership, for vision. And so we're thinking, hold on, let me finish, babe. You weren't like everybody, so you don't count. Our daughter, Taylor, she's got her twins named and picked out. Okay? I feel like at a young age, girls are thinking about, is he the one? Taylor's looking at her classmates and said, I can't marry them because I don't like their last name. Is Logan thinking about that right now? No. Logan, you know what's crossed his mind? Is the Hall of Fame going to have a meeting at the Super Bowl? Like, he doesn't care.
That sounds like Logan.
He doesn't care about marrying anybody, giving them their last name, nothing. He doesn't care about that. Taylor cares. So at a young age, women are looking like, is he the one before hello? Like, that's how women think.
So can I ask you, and this is a real question.
Give it to me.
I want to ask you a real question.
Give it to me.
Do you honestly think that present day women are looking for leadership?
I think they're looking for a companion.
Okay. That's something completely different.
Listen, hold on. a companion. I do think they're looking for leaderships, but they've been so disappointed by the lack of leadership, they have given up on looking for a leader because they can't find nobody that's willing to lead them.
So he has to pay for her failure?
Her failure? How is that her failure?
Because she was looking for something that she didn't get.
Everybody's looking for something, babe. That's not, you can't say that people aren't looking for something. What's the point of relationships?
Well,
You go
failure,
into it
okay,
looking
I'll
for
say this.
something.
I'll say this. Failure probably wasn't the best word. Failure wasn't the best word. But the idea is, he has to pay for
Other people's mistakes? No, we're not saying that. Show me a leader and then I'll submit to it. That's how I felt.
Okay, but even going to that, I don't think you're like a lot of women. Okay, I mean, honestly speaking, you're saying that you truly believe that women today are looking for leadership?
I believe women are looking for leadership. Yes, but I also believe that women have a lot of fatherhood wounds that have not been healed, parent wounds that haven't been healed. And so I feel like women are struggling there because they saw their daddy lead, but their daddy was like absent, right? And they don't want that type of leadership. They want a companion. They want a partner. They want a friend to do life with. But yeah, it's easy for a woman to submit to a man that, leads her.
Okay, but can I throw a little water on that fire a little bit?
Oh, throw that water, baby.
And adding to that, not taking away from what you said, because I truly believe in what you're saying. I truly believe it. I truly believe that what you're saying, you honestly believe in, and I'm actually agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Throwing some water to that fire, I want to say that those expectations that women have, that they want this type of leader, it's going to be very difficult for many of them to get it, because men, where at what point was he supposed to be taught leadership? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where in a lot of Eastern culture, the leadership and all the family folklore and everything, it was orally given. So it was something that you passed down, grandfather passed it down. Even the Bible says older men train the younger men, older women train the younger women. You mentioned something earlier, you was like, women seem to be moving forward at a faster rate than men. And this is what I believe that happened. Women were given the opportunity to vote. Women were given equal rights. Women started to see very early on, we control the economic power. And then they started to see, we also can control the vote. And why do we need the man? Because now women are moving ahead quicker than men, because women are supporting women, and they're saying, I'm throwing my dollars behind a woman.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm tired of supporting the man. I'm gonna throw my dollars behind this woman.
Yeah,
so that's why you see more women who are like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna support you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw this behind you. I'm gonna do this for you.
It's like girl power.
Women started to see their own collective power and started to support just that.
Yeah, but they still want that D.
And the D they can get. But that's all they want.
That's
because
not true. They want more than that. They want a family.
They want the image. And I'm not taking away from what you're saying. Yeah. I'm saying that
you're right.
All that stuff is cool.
You're right. The women empowerment movement is strong.
But yes, and I believe it also can be destructive. But anyway, it is it's great that that's what women want, and I know that's what women expect. Mm-hmm. But the problem comes in, babe, is that even though that's what women expect, I think they have to lower their level of expectations, because I'm going to share what I'm going to say after this break. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/Lindsay's and get on your way to being your best self.
I don't know about you, but I feel like there's this common misconception when it comes to relationships, babe, where it's just like, it has to be easy in order to be right. Right. And that's absolutely not the case. I have found that I got better when I started going to therapy individually. And then you got better when you started going to therapy individually.
Right.
And then we come together and we're better. And this is why I love BetterHelp, because you can connect with somebody within 48 hours online, virtually, and you can match with somebody and they can help walk you through your relationship issues, your stress, your trauma, your childhood stuff, whatever the case is. They can help you walk through those hard seasons in your life.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's trying to fix everybody else.
Yeah, that's
and
real.
The goal should be, hey, let's work on you, and you need to work on yourself. And that's why BetterHelp is absolutely amazing, because everybody needs that point of contact. They need somebody to be able to talk to. They can be able to add verbiage to their pain and verbiage to their trauma and verbiage to whatever they're going through. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Hey guys, you're filling out a brief questionnaire. It's that simple. They get you matched up with somebody. If you don't like that person, guess what? Switch to the left, find you somebody else. You're good to go. But become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. Visit betterhelp.com/Lindsay's today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Lindsay's, LINDSEYS. BetterHelp, HELP.com/Lindsay's, LINDSEYS. All right. Have to lower the level of expectations, because we have gone through multiple generations of men, older men who have not either been an example of what it means to be a leader or has been present enough to teach what leadership looks like. And I think a lot of that started during the wars, when a lot of men were shipped off, and then women had to become entrepreneurial, because they had to take care of the household, and they had to do this because their husbands sent off to war, and then their husbands died in war. They had kids who were ultimately being raised without fathers. So then it was a lot of femininity that was in the home, but then the masculinity is absent. And then you have the beer that comes. It's like, and then they, men get into their own vices, and they begin to separate. They begin to self-loathe. They begin to move away. And again, this is not going to say, well, this is a woman's fault, because I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that women have an expectation. They're looking for a leader, but I think they really have to ask themselves the question: what type of leader are they looking for?
It's funny. I was talking with a girlfriend last week, and she was like, I want like an alpha male. And I was like, are you ready for what comes with an alpha male? Because
she don't want an alpha male.
I told her you probably don't. I said, you probably just need a really like nice guy that works the same job for 30 years.
He's a nice beta.
And just, because I think sometimes women want that strong man, but with the strong man comes a lot of strong personality. And the alpha male is not going to fawn and be all in their wife's face. They're just not, because they're thinking of like war and command and leading and changing this world. And that's how they think. They're not going to chase you all over.
Which is the natural drive of man.
Yeah.
To go in search of war, to be on a heroic journey. Yeah. That's how we're wired. We go outside as little boys and we're climbing trees, roaming, breaking arms. That's the kind of stuff. That's what we do. We desire that type of adventure, that type of adrenaline. That's what we want. We want to build that stuff. So it's in us. And I just
remembered the arm break. Sorry.
Yeah, I know what women are looking for, or what you're saying that women want in these men, but I think that we have to. But then we really don't want that. They maybe should.
I think that's what it is. I think we want that. The women want to build a man. Okay.
Can we talk about it?
They do. They want to build a man. It's almost like I see this type of man. He's a nice guy, has a nice job, but I don't think he's enough. So I'm going to keep looking for maybe a better guy. So I find a guy that makes more money, that, has a better job, maybe loves Jesus a little bit more, but, he's still missing a couple more things. So I'm going to leave him.
He ain't hood enough.
He's not hood enough. I just need a little more.
He's too much of a nice guy.
I need a little toxicity in my life, so I'm going to go for the bad boy. Then you go with the bad boy, and you're like, okay, bad boy makes bad husband. He's a little too toxic for me. So, So then women want to
bad boy is fun.
He's fun, but then you want to piece people together, right? And to make one. And there's no such thing as a build a man. As much as we want it to be, there's no such thing as a build a man. And I think any relationship that you're in is going to require a great deal of work and effort. And I feel like some of our types we need to question, because some of our types come from our trauma. And if we step back and say, okay, I want a bad boy because I want to be exciting. I want things to be exciting in a relationship. And he's so boring and But you know what? You might need boring in this season, friend. You know what I mean? Because your past relationships have been toxic.
Especially if you, if the woman is a lot, if she's already a lot, then for her to marry a man who is a lot too, that's going to be a lot.
It is.
And typically you need that opposite that yin yang really
you want
works.
that balance. But I think back to the main question, how do you know somebody's the one? Honestly, I don't think there's like a rule book that says who is the one, because I feel like people change. First and foremost, I always say, like, have your deal breakers. And for me, I wanted, whoever I married to love Jesus and to know who he is and have an active relationship with the Lord. That was important to me, that they confess the Lord as their Savior. And I could see some fruit of that. Like, that was important to me. But what happens to the sweet, believing girl that marries her husband because he loves Jesus and she saw good patterns and stuff about him, but he all of a sudden decides he wants to be an atheist 3 years into the marriage and he wants to turn all the children away from Christ? Like, what do you do in those moments? Because I feel like some women are so sure that somebody's the one, and then they get married, and then you don't know who this person is going to be. You don't know how they're going to deal with trauma. You don't know how they're going to deal with tests. You don't know how they're going to deal with coworkers. Like, there's a lot of life that hasn't happened at I do. And I feel like I do happens, and then you go on this journey together. And I feel like, how do you know somebody's the one? Like, honestly, you don't know. Because people change. We're
human. We're supposed to change.
Everybody change. And sometimes it's not good. And you have to leave the abusive, cheating, whatever husband or, who's addicted to drugs or whatever the case is for your own safety. Like, you just don't know. And I feel like in the church, there's such a shaming thing about, well, you said he was the one. So what happened? You know what I mean? The reality is
I also said I wanted collard greens last night and they hurt my stomach. I hate when people do that. Like, you said it was this.
Yeah, but I think
you said your hair was real and you got on a wig. Like, I don't get that kind of stuff. Could you get out of my life?
But it's true though. I feel like we have to look at patterns in whoever we're dating, right? Like, who are they when they're upset? Who are they when they're angry? What's their parents like, right? Because I feel like your relationship is going to model the model that you saw. You know what I mean? And it's going to show up in your relationship, whether you want it or not. Some pieces of it are going to show up, good and bad, right? Not just the traumatic sides, but the good sides are going to show up too. And I feel like you can start looking at those different things as indicators as, oh, is this somebody I want to do my life with? Like, maybe all their family is, alcoholics, and then you get together on Thanksgiving and everybody's just pissy drunk. Then guess what? That's probably not going to change in 10 years when you have your kids. You know what I mean? So you have to look at different patterns. You have to look at those different things and say, okay, is this what I want to sign up for? Because nobody's going to be perfect. But at the end of the day, there's no way of you knowing if somebody's truly the one. You can have peace by the Lord. And I think that's a great indicator, because the Lord showed both of us that each other was the one. And I still stand on that. And I'm thankful that he showed me. But before you, I felt like I heard the Lord say somebody else was the one.
Yeah,
right?
Me too. Yeah. I mean, I had
same.
a girl dated before you. I thought she was the one.
Exactly. So I dated somebody before you and I was like, oh, this is the one. We're going to get married. We looked at rings. There was actually two guys. Another guy. Wow.
Jesus.
He wanted to elope on vacation. We're on vacation. He's like, let's just go get married. And I was just like, probably not a good idea. You know what I mean? And so it's like people I thought were the one. And it's like, oh, you're not. You're not the one. You know what I mean? I think the one is a daily decision to show up and be the one with your spouse and do your best and heal and work on you and be kind and be loving and communicate. And I think many times we focus on other people being the one, but what if we actually looked inward and said, am I the one? How can I be the one in my marriage for my spouse? Instead of making it so about the other person. You know what I mean?
Child, ain't no the one except Jesus. Let's make it real simple for you. Ain't no the one but Jesus, and marriage is a game of Russian roulette.
Wow.
There's your realistic answer. Don't ask me. I'm like the uncle that you don't really want to ask stuff to, because he gonna tell you it is. It's Russian roulette. You don't know.
You don't.
You don't know. Like, I'm not the same person she married. She's not the same person I married. And if we held onto the expectations that we're both going to be these same people forever, then something's going to be problematic. Like I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm all these kind of things. I'm changing the same way with her. And so, and then I'll never forget, before I got married, I was told, I said, a woman changes 3 times. She changes when she gets married. And that's true, because when she gets a ring, then all of a sudden, I don't know what happens in her mind, but it's just, she changes when she gets married. Yeah, it goes somewhere. But she changes when she gets married. She changes when she has children. And then she changes when she goes through menopause. And through 2 of those, I have experience with you. And that is absolutely accurate. I saw your change. After we got married, I saw your change. And I was like, oh my gosh, this woman is crazy. And then after we had kids, I saw your change. Because then. Wait,
was I still crazy with the kids?
I mean, it's different.
Mellowing out, I feel like.
No, it's different because, baby, there's nothing about you that's mellow.
I know.
There's nothing about you that's mellow. There is that the parenting part is different because now you're not showcasing just yourself as a wife. You're also showcasing yourself as a mother. Mm-hmm. And then the combination of those 2 becomes the person that you are. And then in certain situations, the mother that you desire to be for your children becomes the mother that you feel like you need to be for your husband.
Wow, that's intense. But I feel like that is a reflective of your trauma, not mine.
How?
Okay. So I'm here to lead and guide our babies, right? I love my husband. I care for my husband. You're the father of my babies. You're my baby's daddy.
Okay.
And so I think when I suggest things to you, it's being a friend, it's being your wife.
I suggest things.
Seriously, it is.
There's not a suggestion.
Baby, it's called being a helper in the Bible.
We need to go for a break. We're going to come back to this. We'll go for a quick break. We'll be right back.
I don't know about you, babe, but I am tired of scrolling through shows on TV and finding nothing but the same mind-numbing content. It's so annoying, right?
So annoying.
Now, you've probably been there too, especially if you're listening, all right? Now, don't waste the precious time you have dealing with that nonsense. Instead, use that time to learn something new and inspiring. And y'all, this is why I am super excited that Hillsdale College is offering more than 40 free online courses in the most important and enduring subject. You can learn about the works of C.S. Lewis and the stories in the book of Genesis. Isn't that amazing, babe? Isn't that so cool? And it's all free. You can learn about the ancient Christian church. You can learn about so many things. I love that Hillsdale College is doing this.
Yeah. So for me, I personally recommend you signed up for C.S. Lewis on Christianity. It's a 7-lecture course, but you examine some of Lewis's classic works, including Mere Christianity. If you have not read Mere Christianity, oh my goodness, it's absolutely amazing. The Screw Tape Letters, The Abolition of Man, and you just get a chance to see what Lewis had to say about scripture, prayer, suffering, joy, heaven, and hell. The course itself is self-paced because I know you're busy. You got stuff going on. So you can start it and stop it whenever. You enroll now in C.S. Lewis on Christianity to discover Lewis's core lessons regarding the truth and the goodness of the Christian faith and how to apply those lessons in your life. So go right now to hillsdale.edu/thisislife to enroll. There's no cost, and it's easy to get started. That's hillsdale.edu/thisislife to register. hillsdale.edu/thisislife. Hillsdale, HILLSDALE.edu/thisislife. All right, so we're back. So honestly, do you honestly think that the things that you tell me are suggestions? Or are they saying, I want this done? Because there's a running joke.
Suggestions.
You know there's a running joke that when your wife says, hey, when you get a chance, could you blah, 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 blah?
Take the Christmas tree down.
The thing is,
it took forever to
put on your shoes, because it's not a suggestion. It is, I want this done right now.
But I try to package it pretty so you know you have options.
Because I do, but it's not I know I have options. I know I have options. You're not giving me an option.
Baby.
I don't have, because
taking down the Christmas tree. I'm sorry, it's like 10 foot tall. I can't reach it. What am I supposed to do?
I took down the top of it, but you already know how I am about holidays and stuff like that. I don't want to be involved in any of that stuff. The only part that we agree on that I need to be involved with is I can drag the Christmas tree in. Y'all can put it up. Y'all can decorate it. I put on the star.
Wow. So you're not flexible enough to take the dang on tree down.
I did take it down. I took down the top of it.
You
Remember?
felt like you shouldn't have to do that?
No, I never said I didn't have to do it.
Oh, okay.
I just, you asked me to do it. And then I
Right.
came in the house because I kept forgetting. And then I saw it and I was like, oh, let me take it down now because I remember.
Did I remind you a million times? No. I didn't say,
It was a million
Maybe,
times.
I
You
did it.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm not
Okay.
saying you nagged me about it, but there were like, hey, babe, when you get home, would you mind taking the blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that
So
was a couple of times, but it's okay.
That's no. So how does that relate to me trying to parent you?
No.
And parent my children?
I did. You brought up that example. I didn't bring up the example about the Christmas tree.
You just said no. You said something along the lines earlier, and y'all can rewind back because y'all heard him say it too. He said that I tried to parent my children and my husband.
I never even brought you up. I said that a lot of times, remember I said, because at that point when you have a child, I said, now you're not just showcasing who you are as a wife, but you're also showcasing who you are as a mother. And I said, for some women, I didn't even mention you. I said, for some women, what happens is that because she's showcasing that, then she'll decide that she also needs to mother her husband. And then I got silent and I looked into the camera.
But you worded it like
menacingly.
I'm trying to mother you.
That is not, that's again how you were taking it.
Okay. I apologize. Were you saying I'm trying to mother you?
Say it again.
Were you saying that I'm trying to mother you? Direct question.
I have felt that way before.
Well, I've felt before that you try to be my daddy.
And you know what?
That's fair.
I'm not taking that away because
Yeah.
as a father,
Yeah.
when a lot of times because the lines can somehow be blurred.
Yeah.
And as a father, it's like I already feel like I have to be this way for the kids, and then that can easily bleed over into my relationship with you. And I
Yeah.
have to remind myself that this is my co-heir.
Yeah.
This is not my child. You're not my child. But even sometimes I even tell you, I'm like, what are you talking about? You're not my child. Like you can make whatever decision you want to. You want to go somewhere, you're going on a trip. Go on a trip. Yeah. You're not my child. Like Logan has to ask me. Taylor has that. Roman has to ask me.
But no, I still want to ask you if I'm going on a trip.
But that's just respect. I still ask
course,
you. But
100%.
then it's not like, oh, you ultimately you do what you want to do. You're a co-heir. You don't have to. You have to come to me and be like, well, you need to make sure.
No, we don't act like that with each other. That's why I was confused by the comment. I was like, I don't try to mother you. I mean, I want you to be my daddy sometimes, but like, baby, I don't try to mother you. I try to help. I'm a helper.
Hey, baby, I'm
a helper.
Okay, so just like you mentioned how sometimes you feel like I'm trying to father you.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. And I said, a lot of times that happens. It's okay. It's okay for you to recognize that sometimes that is something that you do.
I don't do it intentionally, but yeah, sometimes I do.
Ooh, it's a lot for you to just accept. There's something about you and women with responsibility. It's okay. You can admit it. It's okay.
I have before, babe. Sometimes.
But we're talking about right now. You can admit the fact that you tried to mother. You do want to mother me.
I'm the mother of many nations.
That is not even in the Bible. I've heard the father of many nations. So okay, I can be Abraham.
Mary was the mother of many nations.
How is that?
Because she held Jesus.
That don't mean nothing. She was only the mother of one nation. There was one
Eve
tribe.
Was too.
There
Eve
was one
too.
tribe. Well then, okay. Well then, you're the. I don't think you want to be compared to Eve.
No. I
don't think Eve is the one woman in the Bible that you want to be compared to. But if that's what you want to do, I'm
just messing with you, babe.
I know. I'm joking too. But yeah, I think it's okay for you to admit.
I do admit that there's times that I unintentionally mother.
Okay.
I do. I feel like sometimes I want you to understand the intentions of my heart. Hold on, let me finish. And I feel like sometimes you don't understand the intentions of my heart.
Because it doesn't matter. I'm not even trying to understand the intentions of your heart. It's just being authentically honest with yourself and saying, this is something that I do, whether it's intentional or unintentional.
It is something that I do. I agree. I agree.
And that's the only one I wanted to hear. It's that accepting the responsibility piece for me.
Wow.
Because that
is gonna make you sleep better tonight?
Wow.
Does that make you feel better, baby?
It's just accepting the responsibility piece. That's all it is. That's all it is. Just accept responsibility. I recognize this is what it is. I recognize blah, 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 and then I move forward. That's all.
So for me, to move forward, I have to obviously accept, right? I have to accept that it's not okay to try to mother your spouse because that's not sexy. You know what I mean? Like that's not healthy, right? To try to mother. And then I think I try to explain myself and say that I want to be like your helpmeet. So you look at it as mothering and I look at it as I'm supporting and helping. So I think we're viewing it differently.
But you also just said that there are times you feel like I'm fathering you, which I don't. And me, I'm just like, I let you do whatever you want to do. But I'm also like that with the kids. That I'm a very hands-off type of leader. Very hands-off. Unless I'm in a situation where it calls for me to be assertive and something like that, then that's what I do.
I'm a very hands-on leader.
But yeah, I'm not. Like even our leaders at church, I'm just like, I don't know. Like you're the worship leader. Why don't you come up with the songs? Don't ask me what you're supposed to sing.
Oh no, I tell them every song. It has to be songs from my quiet time.
No, absolutely.
And one time they sang a song that wasn't in my quiet time. I was like, oh, this is not in my prayer time. But when they do play the songs in my quiet time, anointed, drippy.
Okay, so Saturday, I knew none of the songs, but all of them were prophetic and all of them were anointed.
They were powerful.
They were powerful.
Oh, it was so powerful.
I don't seek to micromanage. I don't care. Like Logan come and be like, Dad, can I blah blah blah? I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like it's not hurting you. It's not doing anything else. Like whatever, you'll learn. And then if you fail, who cares? Great, you learned.
Yeah.
I don't care. But that's how I am. So you just mentioned that.
You have a good balance.
In my head, I'm just like, I don't do anything. I just be like, whatever. Like you do you. Like, eat what you want. You want to be vegan? Eat vegan.
Of course I'm gonna be vegan. I saw your little post about your eat enough meat for the vegans in the world.
Yeah.
Super side eye.
I mean more meat.
Super
so
side
the
eye.
vegans aren't making a difference. That is so
You're
funny.
so annoying.
That is so funny. Oh my God. That's so Hey, it is what it is. But you know what? I'm thankful. I'm thankful there are more vegans because that leaves more hamburger meat and bacon and everything else for me. So
Our
I'm
daughter's
fine with
vegan. She's vegetarian, 8 years in, and she will not touch meat. She will cry if her food touches meat, and she won't eat it.
Very sad.
She's traumatized by the idea or the
sad.
smell of meat. She's disgusted.
My wife is completely like.
I know. And Roman, my little baby,
over the edge, and Roman's the same way.
Roman's the same way. He won't touch
sad.
meat. He's almost 6. He will not touch meat. He'll eat his.
He told me in Logan he was gonna eat meat soon. I looked at him the other day and I was like, dude, you are sticking bones.
Well, you want to know why? He wasn't feeling good, so he didn't. He wasn't eating.
But see that's he needs to eat. He needs to eat some meat.
Well, baby, when somebody's sick, they don't eat a lot of food.
I am a firm believer.
When you were sick, you didn't eat no food?
I didn't eat any food either, but even when he's not sick, baby, he eats rice. He eats rice and he eats pasta.
He eats veggie fried rice.
And he eats pasta with marinara sauce.
Apples with
this
butter.
This man needs to eat him. I'm telling you, he's going to go out with me and Logan. We're going to have us a great time, get us some hamburgers. This man's going to taste a hamburger one time, and he's never coming back.
I tried to get him to eat a veggie burger, and he wouldn't do it.
Well, that's because he was with you. When he goes with his dad and with his brother, he looks up to us. Are you kidding me? You honestly think he's going to tell us no?
Yes, he's told you guys no. You guys tried to feed him bacon.
When we were with you at the house. You were in the kitchen with us. Of course, he looked over there to you like, Mommy.
I know. I love him. I wish I could still breastfeed him. I miss nursing him. Like, I just was looking at the breast milk. I was looking at my breast milk because I put my breast milk into jewelry. So it's in earrings and a necklace. And it's so beautiful. And I was looking at it the other day and I was holding it. And I was like, I'm never getting this back. I miss breastfeeding. It was so beautiful. It was such an amazing bonding experience with my babies. It would be wrong to nurse a 5-year-old again, wouldn't it?
Okay, so we really appreciate you all joining us for another episode of This Is Life.
I think I have baby fever. I just want to hold one of your babies. I think I have baby fever. You want to give me another baby?
No.
In my old age?
No. We're not going that route again. I want a dog.
No dogs. Mm-mm.
Oh, see, there we go. So, no compromise, no baby, no dog.
Okay, well, somebody just let me hold your baby and smell it. That newborn smell.
What is the smell thing?
The newborn smell.
Of babies?
You didn't know about the newborn smell?
No.
It relieves stress. I love nursing our baby. I nursed our babies for 7 years. I love nursing our children. I would still nurse them now if I could.
I really dislike that younger stage.
I loved it.
I love the stage now because they don't require much of anything.
I know, and I want them to like be super
They can
clingy
dress
on me.
themselves and everything. But yeah, so we appreciate you guys for
Love you
being with
guys.
us. She has Uber Eats coming, so she's about to get her food. But God bless y'all. Introduces. We're out this piece.